So, yeah, that was a beautiful set. I don't know if I said that already, but.
Oh, thanks a lot, man.
Cool. So let's start with a very obvious question. I'm sure you get this often. Any chance of a new James Farm record?
Oh, I mean, you know, you never know.
Never know.
It's been a minute, but yeah, I would love to. You know, I love those guys, and it's always a joy to play with them.
Right.
So we'll see what the future holds.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you never know.
Let's see. So this person has been checking out your discography recently, and they were curious how you choose what to play in the moment, especially considering the little to no rehearsal time. Like, you know, because you seem to be having fun here, and
Right.
you know.
So for today, they're saying.
Yeah,
how to
I guess
decide
for
what to
today.
play. Yeah, well, for today, I was kind of like, I felt like I wanted to play tunes that, for the most part, were like songs that you could almost sight read and would feel good, just because there is such limited rehearsal time. And yeah, I ended up kind of like going sort of deeper into the vaults and picking out tunes that I wrote like when I was in my early 20s or something like that, or sometimes even earlier. Just one-page tunes that, like, simple melody, chord changes, something, especially like, you know, Joe and I haven't had the chance to play until today. Just like having a chance to get to know each other on some things that are a little bit more open, and then balancing that with a couple of things with, you know, slightly more specific parts as well.
Yeah, I think you mentioned one of the tunes you played today was on Invisible Cinema. So
Oh yeah,
that goes back.
Yeah, that's old. I've got ones that are way before that. So.
Yeah. So let's see. How has becoming a parent altered your practice schedule?
I mean, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. It's you know, the fact is that I have been lucky to be able to find, you know, you work with the time that you have, right? You try to make the most out of the time that's available. But I definitely these days I've got a little bit of a combination of COVID chops with father chops together. They're just sort of like building up together. So definitely it was, you know, tonight was super fun, and definitely shaking off some of the rust.
Yeah, the COVID chops is the thing I think a lot of people are experiencing.
Man, it's rough.
Yeah. Can you name any younger pianists that you think are doing great things?
Oh man, yeah, a ton. Well, you know, one of the first that comes to mind is Micah Thomas, who plays in Emmanuel Wilkins' band, who I think is, you know, just doing phenomenal things.
Very special player. Yeah.
Yep. James Francis as well. Chris Fishman. Let's see. I think Luca Mendoza out in California. Shoot, man, there's Julius Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's you know, this is kind of an embarrassment of riches this generation. Um, it's good to see, and there's a lot more than that.
Oh,
but
of course, yeah. Glad you
those are
mentioned,
just a few that come
yeah.
to mind.
No, I'm glad you mentioned like Chris, because Chris doesn't get shouted out.
Yeah,
enough,
yeah,
I think.
Chris is fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's like playing with Flying Lotus out in LA.
Yeah, and yeah, he
now.
went back to LA, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there a favorite COVID recipe you've cooked during the pandemic?
That's something that I can talk about. Yeah. Let's see. I have. Yeah, there is a very good. It's like a coconut curry lentil recipe that it's killing. I love that one. I think I found it on. You know, I've gotten good at like scouring the food blogs and figuring out some good recipes to do. That one is fantastic. I think that's from. If I'm remembering correctly, it's from a website called The Endless Meal, and it's so that I've made that at least 4 times recently.
Do you eat like vegetarian or like?
I mean,
something?
mostly vegetarian. Yeah, try to be mostly on that tip.
Cool.
I made you know, every once in a while, break those rules as well. You know, and made a chicken soup recently that was just that actually made me happy. That was another good one. Like a chicken tortilla soup that was in the slow cooker.
Nice.
So,
Let's see. We have one, technically 2 more.
okay.
So you seem to have, this is a deep one. You seem to have a strong relationship with the music of some unsung heroes of piano, such as Alice Coltrane, Mal Waldron, or Jackie Byard. What draws you to them, and why do you think they are overlooked?
Ooh, I mean, that's a you know. Why they are overlooked is, I guess, because maybe it isn't the most obvious thing. Like, it's not as obviously attractive to some, I suppose. What grabs me about them is there's just an urgency and a point of view, and just more than anything, just a feeling of like, you know, they mean what they say, you know? In a way, you know, I think of Mal Waldron in particular, and Mal can play a tune with very few notes in it, and it feels just deeply resonant and imbued with so much meaning in life beyond what, you know, what the notes are that he's playing. I mean, all of them, for that matter. There's so much life in their music. So that's the short answer to.
Yeah, good answer.
Yeah.
So the last question is simply, is there anything that you're working on that you would like to promote or shout out, or?
I don't know, man. Like, you know, just stay safe, you know.
Yeah.
Wear a mask. Don't be stupid.
There is a new mask mandate, federal mask
good.
mandate, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a record. You can listen to that. Definitely, you know, buy stuff from people on Bandcamp if you can. If you're in a position financially to be able to afford that, that makes a big difference to a lot of us.
Actually, your last Little Big record came out during the pandemic.
Yeah,
right?
it did.
Yeah,
so that was weird, but you know.
Camera. No, thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Matt, and thanks, Emmanuel, and thanks, Joe. You guys sounded amazing, and it's great to come and to work, but I get to listen to amazing music. So it is not working. It is not.
Thanks, Ed. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here as always.
Yeah. For those of you at home, I don't know what camera I'm on right now, but for those of you at home, if you would like to support the musicians, as Aaron mentioned, buy music on Bandcamp. They all have records. Most recently, Emmanuel put out a record as well. So yeah, but your favorite musicians, your favorite musicians have records out, so buy them on Bandcamp. And if you want to support the Jazz Gallery, become a member. And if you can't or are already a member, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I don't know what camera I'm looking at right now. But yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Watch some of our videos I mentioned earlier. There's a set with Aaron from early 2020 with Matt and Craig Weinrib. That's an amazing set. So check that out. But there's also a lot of great stuff there. Tune in on Monday for the Miguel interview with Joe Lovano. That's going to be a 2-parter. So we'll see you then. And yeah, have a good night.